Today we're looking at the cosine law again, more specifically though for oblique triangles. This is lesson 7, the last lesson in your unit, but it is quite short as well, so you can get started on studying for your test. Okay, so just remember that the cosine law states that for triangle ABC, we have our c squared, a squared, or b squared, so that would be solving for our sides. And then you should recognize this and remember it. Remember that the cosine law is for two sides in the contained angle or given three sides. Also remember I did rearrange that for you, and it would be b squared plus c squared minus a squared all over 2bc. So you can use whatever you want for that, and then you could also do cos b equals and cos c equals for that as well. If you wanted those rearranged, it's up to you. Our first example, determine the length of zy to one decimal place. Remember, zy is here, so that is actually side x. So we are determining side x. Okay, you can label, so because this is angle y, this would be side y. This is angle z, so this would be side z. Okay, that will help you with setting up your cosine law. Remember, you have two sides with that contained angle of 42 degrees, so that's why we're going to use cosine law. Because we're finding side x, that goes on our left-hand side, y squared plus z squared minus 2yz cos x, and you can sub in all that information. So y is 17, z is 19, minus 2 times 17 times 19 cos of 42, which is your angle x. Then you can find the square root of that and plug that in all in your calculator. Some of your calculators won't do that, so I'll show you in a second off to the side what you can write down instead, and you'll get approximately 13 degrees. However, sometimes your calculators will not do this nicely and you will not get the correct answer. So I did show you in class what you should do. So keep your x squared. Let's go from here, and we're going to do 17 squared plus that 19 squared. So you're going to get 650 minus, I do not know why I wrote degrees, sorry. So minus, and then 2 times 17 times 19 is 646. And then keep that cos of 42 there. And then remember, using BEDMAS, you cannot do subtraction and addition first. So you can't do the subtraction here. We need to do this multiplication first. Okay? So you're going to keep that 650 degrees, or 650, I don't know why I keep saying degrees, sorry. Subtract and then do 646 times the cos of 42, and you're going to get about 480.07155573. There's that whole decimal. Then you're going to do that subtraction. You're going to get 169.92844427, and then you know that you can square root that number, and when you do that you get approximately 13, and then it should be centimeters because that is what you have for a unit there. Okay, so either way, this is fine if you want to do it like this, but you cannot guarantee that your calculator do it correctly, so your final answer could be wrong and you'll lose a mark. So you're kind of better to do how I showed you there. Okay. So now we're going to get into an example where I want you to determine angle A, and I give you three sides. So you have those three sides given to you. And this is just going to be an example where we're going to get an oblique triangle, which means that we have an angle over 90 degrees in there. Okay. So if you draw this angle, side A is 55, side B is 26, and side C is 32. We're going to find our angle A. So to find our angle A, you are going to sub in everything else other than that angle. Or remember, I did show you this way, so I can show you both ways. It would be b squared plus c squared minus a squared all over 2bc. I don't care either way you do it. It's up to you, okay? So if you did that, you would sub in your 3 side lengths, sub in the side lengths again, keep your cos of a, that's what you're solving. Then you can rearrange it just by solving the equation. So to bring a positive 26 to the other side, you're going to subtract it. Same with the 32. And then this is all multiplied to cos a, so to get rid of it, you would divide it. Sub it in, take the inverse, and you get approximately 143 degrees. Okay, so just you can write those steps down if you want, or I'll show you on this side. So you're going to get b squared, which is 26 squared, plus c, which is 32 squared, minus 55 squared, all over 2 times 26 times 32. That's still cos a. And then to get a there by itself, you need to take the inverse cos of this big number. You can type that in your calculator first and actually simplify that if you want. So you don't have to rewrite that. Like you could do 26 squared plus 32 squared minus 55 squared and write that in the numerator, and then do 2 times 26 times 32 and write that into the denominator. And then you don't have to rewrite that twice. But then you should get a as approximately that 143 degrees. Remember to round to the nearest whole number for an angle, please. So that's just an example. You have an oblique angle. Okay, so nothing there has changed. So you can get started on your homework. So your homework's page 20, number 1 to 12. Once you're done that, you could start on review so that you can ask me questions and you have a couple days of review. Good luck. Let me know if you have any questions.